some colour on. We want to keep it quite nice and bright, so you can really go for your pinks and your bright blues, and it doesn't have to be particularly muted. And you know, if it goes over the edge and goes onto the sky or places that you don't particularly want it to go, it doesn't matter, because it's this nice loose feeling of the watercolours. So I've got a nice a number 12 brush here, and a bit of tissue in my hand ready. So what I'm going to do first of all is actually get this dark bit in here. So I'll go in with my Payne's Grey and get that in, probably a bit of brown on top of it to really darken it down. This nice dark bit here really brings out the bridge. Not used watercolours for a few weeks, have we? So I always go back in and darken areas again, but this one's really nice. It's straight onto dry paper. I've just wet it a little bit there so that it runs into that bit, but we don't want to block out totally that little bit of brickwork there. Go with a bit of sienna as well, burnt sienna. So that will dry lighter, and then we can put another coat on. I want to get that nice and dark. I always quite like to use a little bit of a sort of like a magenta style colour or a brightish red on these bricks. And we'll add some orange into that as well.
No bother.
Don't forget things dry lighter as well, so that is, I'll put a bit of burnt sienna over the top of something like a cadmium yellow deep. Again, it could be yellow ochre. You can go with whatever colours you want, really. There's no rules about it. Just take it up to there. Just lift that out a little bit as well with a dry brush. colours on your palette that you've already mixed up that you want to use. Put some green shutters on that one. Shutters, a little bit more interesting. Quite nice and loose, not too much.
What I did, I did it like a sale card. I did that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. So I didn't really do it quite.
Just with my flat brush, I can just sort of dab it on. Well, we've got next week, it's the week of finishing off anything you may not have finished, like this, or portraits, or anything that you perhaps wanted to revisit and have another go at. I think it's not to fiddle too much with it. Perhaps just need to darken this down a bit. I'm going to let that dry because it will just keep soaking in and spreading. You could use a little bit of salt if you wanted on your pavement at the front to give a bit of texture.
Actually, that's fine. Rose is just showing it.
Yes, we're going to look at everybody's in a minute.
Just at the right time.
Now, the thing is that it can look a little bit complicated at first, but if you break it down, you know, starting with that bridge, and then, as I say, you know, if you've only made it a one-storey house or 3 stories, or you've moved things back, it doesn't matter because we're not trying to do an architectural drawing that's going to be built from thank God, because I don't think they'd stand. But no, you wouldn't these days, would you? Is that Ashley Canal? But yeah, don't get hanged up with it too much, you know. Just try and get the essence of it down and splash a bit of colour on. Now you can go for any colours, it doesn't really matter.